Hello everypony, Dale over here, or Anna here with Applejack, and as you can see I'm going to react to MaiSky. Now I don't know anything about this channel besides it being a changeling and a male. I wanted to react to this because it was a perfect pair review and I have not seen, a review for a long time because I have been watching a lot of other stuff. But let's just start before everything else goes wrong today. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
You know, it's things like these that make me think I'm not hopeless. There's something for everyone, even for me.
That's nice.
To be frank, I really didn't know I had any positive feelings left in me, but this little thing, this 20-minute animation found some. It's interesting to me that this is the second episode that actually moved me, though the main attraction means more to me. Both stories as well as characters in them made me, well, hopeful, I guess. For a being that grew up in somewhat secluded environment, void of many things, such things as love or friendship to me were just tools and substance, but now I do see them as something more. Still, I'm here to take a closer look at the story. And you know what, let's get the negatives out the way first. Starting with a little trope that I noticed about the whole show. Romance or romantic love could not be executed well for this show. It all started with Hearts and Tuesday, then it went on with Equestria Girls and Flash Sentry. Even the recent Hard to Say Anything episode proved that romantic love would never be done well for the show, be that serious or even as a parody. All attempts of it just majestically failed, and I thought that'd be that. Even more insulting to this was to have Cadence, a princess of love, being completely bland character. No, sorry, I was about to say bland character, but the saddest part is, she does not have a character, and yet she was supposed to be the pinnacle of love in My Little Pony. As a changeling, I take this as a great insult, but there's no real point in going deeper than this, you get the point. Well, at least that's what I thought about romance and love until this episode. Next issue I had, knowing that this episode was coming out, was with the idea that everyone's parents must be shown. This season alone, Dash finally got her mom and dad shown. Last season it was Fluttershy, and now AJ. Though for Apples it was a lot more risky, and frankly, there is no real good reason to do so. See, it's heavily implied that Apple Bloom's parents are dead, and so that puts a lot of pressure on writers not to fuck up. Plus, knowing the fact that most writers for the show just come in, do 1 or 2 episodes, only increases the chances of it going wrong. But again, I was proven wrong. And finally, after watching the thing, really the worst thing that comes to my mind about the whole episode was its simplistic structure and story in general. Essentially, the story is very similar to Cutie Mark Chronicles, where the main story is driven by the B story, and what makes it worse is that it's flashback heavy one at that. Now, I don't have anything against flashbacks if the whole episode is like that, or there is 1 or maybe 2 of them. Case in point, episode Where the Apple Lies. But having it cut back and forth just takes me out of it very fast, and it's hard to keep myself invested in it. I seriously would have preferred to have just one big flashback. Oh, and this story was with heavy Romeo and Juliet influences, you cannot deny that. Plus, having Pear Farm being invented just for the story felt also on the cheaper side. Now, I think that's it on the negatives. On to the positives then. Well, sure, I kinda mentioned a few already, but here's my personal favorite thing about this episode. Writers not only created characters that fitted their roles, that is, didn't feel out of place, but also by the end of the story I cared about each and every one of them. Now that's impressive character establishment and use for a single 20-minute episode. I'm really surprised how well the story was directed. It's hard to believe that this is even My Little Pony, if I'm honest. Additionally, the story constantly had that dark tone looming over it. The whole Apple Pear family conflict was one thing, but if you look a little deeper, you realize that Grand Pear, in his anger, spite, and arrogance, left his daughter behind and never saw her again. Because of this, he missed out the most important moments of both his and Buttercup's lives. It's not quite clear, but it's possible that the day he left was the last day he saw his daughter. This realization, this sort of moment and story I never expected, let alone from such a show. It almost feels like the show's not made for kids anymore. And you know, it kinda makes me wish I had something like this to watch when I was growing up. Perhaps it would have made me a better person. Now, in the end, the episode was most certainly great, though not without its problems. Still, if there's one thing I'd like to end this with, it'd be simply this. Thank you.
That's so nice. Yay! We are going to stop, like, yeah, subscribe, bell, everything. That was awesome. Oh yeah, send me everything. I really like this one. It was good. I also think I'm going to comment later on. But I really like his design of this Aussie changeling. And I'm also going to leave a link to the original video down below. I'm sorry for all of the hacks or lags, but my ice cream recorder is doing stupid stuff again. But I really, I did understand everything that he was saying. I do agree with everything besides it being the other episode being better than, I forgot what episode it was. Yeah, the one where she's singing. Maybe it's because it's not my cup of tea episode. Well, I really do like both episodes, but I really want I wanted to watch the Perfect Pair episode one more time, or how to say that. But with the other one, it's like, yeah, no, maybe it's just too much for me. I don't know. But I really was enjoying everything that he was talking about, and I do agree 100% with the last part here, with it being very heavy and being very sad, and you know, it was the last time he saw his daughter. And I really like the influence of Romeo and Juliet in this one, and I think into future we're going to have even more darker episode with the 7 Deadly Sins, but that is only my own theory, and I know that you guys have watched my theory videos, so else go and watch those. But that is enough self-recommendation. I really like this. I want you to go subscribe, like, and bell, and write a nice comment down below. I don't know if this is supposed to be a cutie mark or it's just his signature logo, or how to say that. I noticed, like, I know that this form of changeling doesn't have, you know, cutie marks and stuff like that, but I still feel like it's a way to represent who he is and stuff like that. And as I said, I really like this. We need more, like, in the MLP fandom, that is different shapes and forms and stuff like that. And before my pony became a real alicorn, I was also a changeling. So yeah, but that you can also see that in my story, background story and stuff like that. But I really am enjoying also the background here. It's very interesting, and the sounds of it being in a cave, and you know, I don't feel like I'm bored with this at all. I really think it was worth going and watching, and I will go and see more of this MaiSky. But that was actually all. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that is actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.